For this video, I will be talking about Secret of Mana, an action RPG by Square which includes real-time combat and allows for up to 3 players to play simultaneously. The premise of Secret of Mana is that long prior to the beginning of the game, a civilization used an energy source called Mana to create a massive flying weapon called the Mana Fortress. The gods in response sent beasts to destroy the fortress and a war broke out. The war exhausted a lot of mana, but before all signs of mana were lost, a hero used the Mana Sword to destroy the fortress, ending the war and restoring peace to the world. Flash forward to the present. The main hero, a boy raised in the village of Potos, and 2 other boys from Potos are at a waterfall near the village against the orders of the village elder. The hero falls and lands in the lake at the bottom of the waterfall. He happens upon a rusty sword stuck in a stone and hears a voice telling him to pull the sword. The hero pulls the sword out of the stone and unintentionally causes monsters to appear near Potos. The villagers shun the hero and the elder banishes him. In addition, Gemma, a traveling knight who treats the hero well, tells the hero to energize the sword at what are called Mana Palaces. The hero thus seeks out the Mana Palaces and is eventually joined by a human girl and a sprite. During the journey, the hero and his team encounter an empire seeking to restore mana for evil purposes. I will now talk about the gameplay. The combat is well executed. Every time a character attacks, their attack gauge goes to 0% and starts increasing. When the gauge reaches 100%, the character's standard attack is at full strength, and a successful hit with a fully charged standard attack stuns the target for a brief period of time. The gauge increases at a reasonable speed, helping with the pacing of combat, and the stunning adds depth and strategy. The special attacks the characters can use with the weapons are fun to use, and the advantages of the special attacks make the time spent charging for the attacks worth it. The only thing I don't like about the combat is that it is possible for an enemy to trap the player characters against a wall and hit them to death. The fact that a player character cannot open their menu while stunned doesn't help with this. The 3 playable characters are varied in terms of abilities, giving the game even more depth and strategy. The ability for up to 3 players to play simultaneously is a great feature, and the ability for a player to change their character at the press of a button helps with the pacing of the game. The AI of the computer-controlled characters can be adjusted in terms of how to respond to enemies and in terms of which special attacks to use. This gives the game depth and can add convenience to playing with computer-controlled party characters. A great feature of the game is its ring menu, which forms around a character. The ring menu is a fast and convenient way to cast spells, use items, and manage equipment. In addition, the game pauses while the ring menu is on the screen, which is great because it allows players to take their time to make decisions instead of rushing them. I also love the ways that the weapons can be used to help the party progress, such as using the whip to get across certain gaps, as it adds a welcome puzzle-solving element and, as a result, depth to the gameplay. Eventually, the party is able to call upon a cute and friendly dragon named Flammy, and flying Flammy around the world is fun due to the great music and great use of Mode 7 while Flammy is in use. Speaking of Mode 7, I love the scenes in which the party is shot out of a cannon to travel to another place, because of the use of Mode 7 and because of the party characters somersaulting through the air. The gameplay is made even better by the colorful and beautiful graphics. The playable characters, enemies, and NPCs are well drawn, and the playable characters and enemies are well animated and expressive. In addition, the environments are beautiful, detailed, and largely varied, while also fitting the game's atmosphere well. I will now talk about the story. The story is emotional and engaging, and has likable characters, including all 3 playable characters, as well as Gemma, a sage named Luca, and the recurring members of the Evil Empire. The storytelling is made even better with the game's excellent and emotional soundtrack. On the subject, the title screen song, my favorite song in the game, does a great job at setting the mood and is a beautiful song in general. Other songs I especially like include the Common Town song, the Mana Palace songs, and the Ice Palace song. I will now talk about the boss battles. The bosses are imaginative, colorful, varied, well-sized, and well-drawn. The battles are exciting thanks to the powerful and intimidating attacks of the bosses, the massive sizes of most of the bosses, and the excellent boss battle song. The song fits the atmosphere of the game, creates an unsettling sense of danger, and goes well with the designs and attacks of the bosses. My favorite bosses include the Mantises, the Gigases, and the Slimes. The boss battles end in satisfying ways with a satisfying explosion and a satisfying victory song. I will now talk about the final area of the game, the Mana Fortress. The Mana Fortress is fun because of its variety of enemies, its well-drawn and colorful interior, its great song, and the boss battles, especially the last two battles, which I will get into in a bit. The song is exciting, goes well with the appearance of the interior of the fortress, and gives the sense that the party is on its final mission. The second to last battle is against the true villain of the game, Thanatos, who manipulates the Empire throughout the game and is a great villain, I would like to add, due to his manipulation, his unsettling personality, and his evil deeds such as destroying the Mana Tree and trying to possess Diluc, a friend of the playable girl. He fights in his real form, a Dark Lich, and the battle is great because of the great design of the Lich and the Lich's battle theme, an unsettling song befitting the Lich's design and its deadly attacks. The final battle is against a Mana Beast, a flying beast which looks like a purple version of Flammy and which wants to destroy the Mana Fortress. This battle is my favorite battle in the game because of the location, the song, and the emotional nature of the battle. The battle is emotional because defeating the Mana Beast means the world is saved, but it also means that Mana and the sprite will disappear from the world. The emotion and intensity of the battle are captured perfectly in the song. The Mana Beast battle also makes great use of Mode 7. I will now talk about the ending. The credit sequence is great because of the snow that the defeated Mana Beast turns into, the hero and the playable girl traveling the world to revisit places, the girl returning to her home, the hero being allowed back into Potos, the hero returning the sword to where he got it, and the great triumphant song. I also love that the ending shows that while the sprite does not exist in the hero's world anymore, it still lives on peacefully in another plane. Overall, Secret of Mana continues to be a worthy RPG in the Super Nintendo's large selection of great RPGs, thanks to its emotional and engaging story, excellent soundtrack, colorful and beautiful graphics, and well-executed gameplay. That concludes my review of Secret of Mana. Take care.